What's good, everyone? My name is Punz. Today I'm going to show you how to make a rod wave type beat. I'm going to play you the beat and then we'll break it down.
Punz, you made this?
Yeah, so the first sound we got is a piano. I used Keyscape and I used the LA Custom C7 Wash preset. I turned the character to clear. I'm going to play you the chord progression and then we'll break it down. Yeah, so we have a 6-7-1 chord progression. In the first 4 bars, I moved this F sharp up 1 octave just to give the chord progression some color and to make it sound different from the 7 and 8 bars. I added an F sharp up here just to give the chord progression some unison, which makes it sound more full. And now let's break down some effects. I used a Valhalla vintage verb, set the low cut to 1500 and the mix to around 19, left everything else the same. I used a fruity delay 3, left the settings the same, and turned the mix level to 8, and I just EQ'd out some low end. Next we have a pad. I used expand 2 and I used the cuddly pad preset. I'm going to play it for you and then we'll break it down. Yeah, so as you can see, I copy and pasted the chord progression from the piano and I basically just left it as it was. For the effects, I used Valhalla vintage verb, low cut set to 1500, mixed to around 45, left everything else the same, and I EQ'd out some high end and some low end just to give it a lot of mid range. And you want it to complement the piano, so that's basically what I did. The next thing I did was I added a piano top line. I basically used the same Keyscape preset, LA Custom C7 Wash, character on clear. And I'm going to play it for you and then I'll give you some tips on how you can make your own piano top lines. So what you want to do is find notes that sound good together, and you can either go up or down the scale, and you just play around and try to find what sounds good, because honestly, if you have no knowledge of music theory or you don't really play any instruments, you're kind of going to have to just play around with the notes. And what I did here is I went up the scale and then I came back down towards the 7 and 8 bars. And as you can see, I'll play the first 3 notes. You can see that the melody is leading you towards somewhere and you just want to have it resolved towards the end. And that's basically all you want to do for top lines like this. I chose to keep it simple because I didn't want to add too many notes and make the beat sound crowded. So that's why I did it like this. And you could just play it by ear and see what you like. And after a while, you'll get used to making them. The effects for the piano top line are about the same. I use a Valhalla vintage verb around 19. I left the low cut how it was and left everything else the same. Fruity delay, mix level to 8, and I EQ'd out some low end. Yeah, so next up we got these guitar samples from Nitro Audio. Shout out to Vabu and shout out to Wello, my homies over at Nitro Audios. I purchased this kit with my own money, and I can tell you it was worth every dollar, so go check them out. Yeah, some beautiful phrases, man. Again, go check out Nitro Audio. Last but not least, we have the vocal, and I used Arcade. I used the Erase My Thoughts sampler. And how Arcade works is you basically just input MIDI and it'll play different vocal samples. And this is what it sounds like. Yeah, so now we'll break down effects on the vocal. I EQ'd out some high end and some low end. As you can see, I took a lot of the low end out just so I can get a lot of mid range and make the vocal sound kind of muffled. I used the UAD API channel strip, and I used the glossy background vocal preset, and this adds a lot of character to the vocal and makes it sound polished. We got the drums. This is the 808 over here. As you can see, I left a lot of space to leave room for the artist. And for the clap, I just have a simple clap pattern. Simple two-step hi-hat. I added some rolls towards the end over here just to give it a nice variation. I layered the 808 with an open hat, and I have a perk playing towards the end just to give it some nice bounce. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I'll have 2 to 3 tutorials coming out every single week. We're going to be focusing on the paid niche, so you can expect tutorials for Rod Wave, Lil TJ, NBA Youngboy, and artists such as those. And stay tuned, 2026, looking to grow this channel and provide you guys with as much knowledge on music production as I possibly can. I hope everyone stays safe and happy holidays.